Hello, I'm Marcella Lee. Thanks for joining us for this CBS 8 Plus special, Soaring with the Blue Angels. These elite pilots represent the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps and travel across the country to showcase the excitement, precision, and power of Navy aviation. I am so humbled to have had the incredible opportunity to fly with the Blue Angels. In the cup.
What an honor to sit in a spot where our men and women serve to defend our country.
That's actually me in that plane right there. Growing up in a military family, I have always had such great respect for members of our military. My late father grew up in Honolulu and enlisted in the Army after witnessing the attack on Pearl Harbor as he walked to church. For more than 50 years, my dad proudly served both in active duty and civilian service, and I know he would have been thrilled to see me soaring in the skies above San Diego. Moments before takeoff, I recorded a short teaser video for our newscast, and my mind was racing because I had no idea what was going to happen.
All right, we're on the runway. Join us tonight at 11 to see if I pass out. Have to use a barf bag. Let's hope not. I don't even know yet. So join us tonight. Back to you.
I was nervous, but also so excited. Each year, the commanding officer of MCAS Miramar chooses one member of the media to experience this rare opportunity. And I was so honored and a little scared when I found out that I was going to get that chance. I found out I was selected about a month before the big flight, and I really used that time to prepare my body to pull 7 Gs. I stopped drinking caffeine, alcoholic drinks. I stopped eating processed food, sugar, and I started working out 5 days a week to build up my core. And about a week before the air show, I got the chance to visit the commanding officer and get a tour of the base. Here's a look at my preview day.
The Marines call it the largest military air show in the world. And we got a behind-the-scenes look at what's to come.
This is the Miramar headquarters, essentially, and here you're going to have commanding officer, executive officer, sergeant.
Second Lieutenant Jacoby Hawkins escorted us down the hallway lined with air show posters from years past to meet the commanding officer.
What an honor.
Colonel Marty Bedell.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
He selected me for the rare opportunity to fly with the Blue Angels. A secret I've been keeping until now, as I was just medically cleared.
I have 1 week to prepare.
Okay. Well, be hydrated and be well rested.
Okay. All
So,
right.
no partying the night before.
No.
I've actually been preparing since the moment I got the exciting news.
I've not had alcohol. I've not had sugar. I've been going to boot camp 5 days a week.
That-
I'm like taking this really seriously.
That is super duper smart.
Yeah.
Because it is a very physical experience. Very. There's some G-force.
Okay.
Yeah. Things are moving pretty quickly. Actually, shorter folks have a little bit of an advantage
Okay.
when you're pulling G's.
Really?
When you're turning, because the blood kind of doesn't have as far to go out of your head, so you won't pass out.
All right.
That's great.
Yay!
So you're perfectly built
That's great.
for the
Okay.
G-forces you're experiencing.
That makes me feel better.
Welcome to the flight line.
Oh my gosh!
All of this is going to be the air show.
Wow.
This is our opportunity to thank the community, get a chance to interact with Marines and sailors, and see all of the things that go into making these aircraft fly. And then at the end of the air show on each day, the Blue Angels fly. So you are going to be in the back of one of those.
Oh my gosh!
Right there. It is absolutely incredible. It's really exciting. You're going to get to see the world from a very, very different perspective, including upside down.
I'm more excited than I am nervous.
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, be excited. It's an incredible experience that very, very few people get to have.
I've been skydiving a couple times. Many years ago in my 20s, I jumped with members of the U.S. Navy Leapfrog parachute team, and I've always wanted to fly with the Blue Angels, so this is really a lifelong dream.
To help prepare you for
Okay.
your ride in the back seat of an F-18, I happen to have the best weapons sensor officer in the Marine Corps here today to share with you some of the tips that are going to help you make sure that you're helping the pilot while you're flying around.
Lieutenant Colonel Christine Judy Hauser.
You spent how many hours? Just under 2,000 hours in F-18s.
She told me there's a certain type of breathing maneuver that will help keep the blood from pooling and leaving my head.
As you're sitting there, right, and you can feel those G-forces, you can do the same thing a G-suit would do. So you're tightening your legs up, kind of using those core muscles, tightening those, and there's something called a hic. So you go, hit, hit, so you hold your breath for 2 to 3 seconds and then let go.
Well, the goal is to keep the blood flowing so that I don't pass out, right?
Pass out, correct.
Something I'll be practicing a lot to prepare for my flight with the Blue Angels.
Hey, it's bright and early. My big day started early with photojournalist Mike Edison by my side.
Gorgeous morning. I never ever see the sunrise with my late night shift, so this is a treat. And we found it. This is where Top Gun, the original, was shot.
Are you ready, Maverick? Talk to me, Goose.
Here we are. It was one of the longest days, but the very best day of my 30-year career.
I got my dad's picture in my pocket.
Awesome.
It's bright and early, and we made it to the operations building. This is where I'm going to get my training, learn how to breathe, and some other really important things, what to touch, what not to touch inside as I get ready to fly with the Blue Angels. So excited. Come on. All right. This is the Flight Operations Center, and it's time to go get some training before I take off.
I'm Petty Officer 2nd Class Cameron Tuzon. I'm from San Diego, California. Lieutenant Commander Griffin Stengel is going to be your pilot. You can call him 7, you can call him Push Pop, you can call him Dude. So what we're going to go over today is cockpit familiarization. Is everything that you're going to see in the cockpit. What to touch, what not to touch. The kind of G's that you're going to experience today. How you're going to counteract those G's. And the bonus ride, which won't happen, but I have to let you guys know what to do in that type of situation in case that does happen. I know you guys have probably seen Top Gun Maverick. Bird strikes happen often. And if that does happen, I'm preparing for it. Any questions?
Keep the birds out of the sky.
Yes, out of the birds. No birds. We'll say eject, eject, eject. Now, he'll always say 3 ejects. Again, you don't have to worry about anything. Everything is in his control. So when he says eject, 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 he's going to hit the handle. The sequence goes canopy, you, and then him. You go up, and then once the parachute deploys, you see the parachute, you're going to see these little red handles come out of nowhere. You're going to grab those red handles, and you're going to pull down as far as you can. And to activate your chute, once your chute's activated, you can go right back to normal. Left is left, right is right. And always remember to have the wind on your back. Okay, so cockpit familiarization. So this is what the setup looks like. These are the leg straps that are already set up, pretty much similar to this. So this strap's going to go around your ankle. This one's going to go around your upper thigh. It's not going to be extremely tight. All it is for the bonus ride. It pretty much sucks your legs into the seat. So if you do happen to eject, it's not going to hit anything. This is the altitude, speed, black and yellow stuff. Don't touch, don't touch. Absolutely a million times don't touch it.
Okay.
Don't touch. The only thing you will be touching is this bad boy right here. It's called the safe arm handle. Now technically, I guess for you guys, that'll be your key to get in the air today. If you cannot arm that seat, you will not be flying today. So by the time you hear ready or the R in ready, you're already taking a deep breath in and you're already flexing. And relax.
Got to tighten the cuffs. Oh, all right, training's wrapped up. Am I ready?
Ma'am, are you ready?
That's what I'm asking you. Do you think I'm ready?
I think you're ready.
All right, let's head to the tarmac.
Do it. All right, ma'am, so this is the flight line. And that is your plane. See where the yellow helmet is?
Yes.
There's those 3 bumps below the yellow helmet. Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
No touch, no touch, no touch.
All right.
If you touch this, 7 comes back in convertible.
This is the ejection.
Yes,
hook.
don't touch
I will
that.
not touch that.
No touch, that's the only thing you'll be touching today.
This, okay.
So you remember the little invisible gun we were talking about? So you're gonna pinch this lever and you see how it's activating? So go ahead and move your hand really quick. Armed, says armed on the top. Do the same thing, safe. Armed, safe, easy day. So just go ahead and squeeze that lever and bring it down. Okay, and then safe it. Look at you, it's like a natural, like you've done this before.
All right, I'm getting suited up. So this is to keep me from floating around in the...
No, so these straps are designed to pretty much suck your legs into the seat.
Okay.
For that bonus ride we were talking about.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, the ejection.
Grab these tabs and pull down and stand up at the same time. Unfortunately not. All right, ready for the pull part?
Yeah. Wow.
There you go. Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
He's gonna run out in front of the jet, give me the signal to start it up. So watch your hands. Alright, if you would,
Yes.
go ahead and arm that seat up.
Okay.
Let me know when you've done so.
Hold on. I'm like, I don't know why I can't pull it up.
So if you just want it, basically to pull it towards you.
Got it.
Yep.
Armed.
Awesome, thank you.
It's like one job I have to do and can't figure it out.
Hey, it's all good. Never done it before. Alright, here we go.
All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
You'll never stop me, I'm at top speed.
We're just gonna come easy left for about 2 G's, okay? You're gonna feel a little heavy. Nothing to worry about, just gonna sit back. There's 1.5 G's. And there's 2 G's right there, okay?
Ah,
Don't really need to G strain. We're rolling out. We're back at 1 G. Alright, we're gonna come to the right for 3 G's now.
all right.
Now with this, we'll squeeze with the legs. We're coming right for 3 G's. There's 2. There's 2 ahead. And there's 3 G's right there. Squeeze the legs a little bit. Work on that breathing. There you go. Good roll it out. We're gonna pump it up to 4 G's now, okay? We're gonna go 4 G's to the left, alright? Ready, hit it. There's 3, there's 4 right there. Stayed 4 G's, squeeze the legs. And we'll roll it out. Alright, how you feeling?
I feel good.
Alright, we're gonna head downhill, get a little lower, and we're gonna do some loops and rolls, okay?
Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Squeeze. I'm upside down.
And a little pull, there's 2.5 G's. A little more pull. New level. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a nice easy roll, alright? This will be about 2 G's.
Do I need to breathe, buddy?
You'll probably just feel a little heavy in the seat. We're just gonna get up to about 20 degrees nose high. And we're gonna roll to the left. But as we do this, just imagine you have 5 other aircraft flying formation off our wingtips right now. And that's what the Delta roll is.
Wow.
That you'll see during the air show.
How close do they get?
It'll be about 18 inches is the closest we get.
Wow. I feel like I'm floating.
Alright, next thing I want to show you is we're going to do a loop, okay? We're just going to go up over the top. This will be about 2 to 3 G's. As we pass through vertical right here, I want you to look straight up, find our smoke trail where we just came from. You see it?
Wow, that is so
that smoke trail. Got a little bowl.
That is beautiful.
Next thing I want to show you is we're going to do some zero G flying, alright?
Okay.
So it's exactly what it sounds like. We're just going to float in our seat, okay?
Wow.
We're going to pitch up to about 45 degrees nose high, and then we'll just be weightless in the seat.
Is the plane floating too?
A little bit, yeah. Alright, there's 45, and we're pushing over. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Totally weightless right now.
Oh, how cool. I feel it.
And we're back at 1G. Alright, we're going to slow things down a little bit. We've been doing most of this flight, about 400 knots.
Okay.
We're at 220 right now, slowing down. I'm going to show you some of the slow speed handling
Okay.
characteristics, alright? The two solo pilots will do this wingtip to wingtip down the show line, and it's one of my favorite maneuvers of the show.
Wingtip to wingtip, that's incredible.
There's 175 knots. We'll get down to about 125 here. And we'll pitch the nose up just a little bit. We're still level, so we're still kind of just floating level across the sky right now.
Okay.
And you can see, even though we're at 125 knots, we can still maneuver the aircraft, no problem. One of the key components of the Super Hornet. And if you look at the mirrors behind you, we just got the smoke generator billowing out behind you.
Beautiful.
And even though we're going so slow, we can select max afterburner. And we got even more power available. We can go straight up.
Wow.
We'll do a nice easy roll to the left. And we're back to level. All right.
All right.
Stomach still feeling good?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna do 2 full speed aileron rolls to the left. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right, this will be low G, don't need a G strain. Here we go. Ready, hit it.
Whoa.
There's
Oh
1
my gosh.
and 2.
Ah.
Not too bad, right?
Fun.
Stomach still feeling good?
My stomach's okay. My head's a little shaky, but
That's
I'm
all
okay
right.
now. I'm okay now that you've leveled off.
We're gonna come easy, right? The next thing I want to show you is we just want to fly upside down for a little bit.
Okay.
And we're just gonna flip upside down and fly with the water above us, sky below us for a little bit. You ready to go?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Ready, hit it.
Wow. I'm flying upside down.
No big deal. You wave to the ship down there.
Hello, world.
All right, we're rolling out. Nice work. All right, how you feeling?
I feel good.
All right, good. So we'll catch our breath here just for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
But the maneuvers we have left
Okay.
are the high G maneuvers, okay?
All right.
So we've already hit 4. And the next maneuver is going to take us to about 6.5, 7 Gs, okay?
Okay.
And we call it the minimum radius turn. And all it is it's a level 360 across the horizon. So we're just doing a big circle over the water. And you let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, this will be a full G strain, okay? We're going to roll to the left and pull for the minimum radius turn. Ready, hit it.
I did it!
Yeah!
Yeah, I did it!
Really, really nice job. We hit 6.9 Gs on that.
Okay. Woo!
Feeling pretty good still?
Do I dare tell you?
Well, we got one more maneuver left.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what it is.
All right.
We don't have to do it,
Okay.
but it's a steep to vertical rolls, okay? So what we do is we get to about be pushing over 500 knots. And we're going to pull the nose straight up. And once we are pure vertical, we're going to do those aileron rolls, but in the vertical, all right? Now that pull to the vertical initially, because we're going so fast, we're going to touch 7 to 7.5 Gs, okay?
All right.
So it's going to be a full G strain, but it won't last as long as the minimum radius turn we just did, okay?
So it's shorter than that?
A little bit, yep, but we're still going to have to really get after it.
All right.
Even though we already hit 6.9, that extra little bump of the 7.5 Gs, we just got to keep that strain going, okay?
All right.
You let me know when you're ready
Okay,
for
let
it.
me get my mouth's a little dry. So let me... Okay, I'm ready.
All right, we're going to accelerate here. Got max AB selected. There's 350 knots. There's 450. And we're getting ready to go vertical. You ready?
Yep.
All right. The sneak to vertical rolls. Ready, hit it. And we're rolling. You did it. Okay, you see our smoke tunnel we just came from. We're going to finish this loop. If you look up above us right now, you see our rolls we just did. We're flying back through our smoke trail. And a little pull. Hey, we went just over 7 Gs on that.
I see 7.2.
There you go. And I heard you working the whole time, so I know you didn't pass out.
I didn't. I didn't pass out. Woohoo!
All right, well, we got time and gas for a couple more maneuvers, but I've shown you pretty much everything the jet has to offer. So what would you like to do that you've seen already?
I think I'm done.
You good?
I think I'm good.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, okay?
We did everything on the list, right?
We sure did.
All right. I mean, anything that was easy in the beginning is awesome.
How about a nice easy roll?
Okay, yeah.
All right, here we go. Low G, low stress,
Very nice.
just out here rolling.
I love it. One with the air and the water. All right, so there you have it. I didn't pass out. Haven't had to use my barf bags yet. What an amazing day.
All right, now for landing,
Yeah.
we can come in like an airliner, nice and smooth, no problem, or we can come land like a fighter pilot and do what we call the carrier break.
How do you do that? Oh, like when I see them land on the aircraft carrier?
Yep, 1 second, I gotta talk to aircraft.
Okay, okay.
We're gonna come in at 400 knots, pull about 6 Gs to bleed down to our landing airspeed.
Think I can do it?
Oh, I know you can do it, yeah. This is nothing for you. We already pulled 7.2.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
All right.
got one more G pull in us, all right?
Okay. Do my breathing?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we're coming left for the carrier break. Ready, hit it. Nice work.
Thank you so much. That was amazing.
I'm glad we had fun today. You know, this was a beautiful day to go fly. So really, it's we lucked out, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just like that, we're back on solid ground.
That was incredible.
We did it, Dad. I know he would have been so proud. I want to share with you how I explained my experience to my co-anchors, Carlo Cicchetto and Jesse Pagan, that very night during our 11 p.m. newscast, because my feelings were so fresh having just taken that flight. Here's a look. My father survived Pearl Harbor as a civilian. He was 18 walking home from church. His neighborhood was bombed and burned, and that's what caused him to enlist in the Army. So that was a really special flight. I felt like he was right there with me, and it was remarkably smooth. You know, I didn't realize that my head was jerking back and forth as much as it was in the GoPro video, but it was a beautiful flight. Beautiful.
The best pilots in the world.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Lieutenant Commander Griffin Stengel is, I said Stengel, like Blue Angel? He said yes. I mean, he was amazing. Gorgeous ride, just so smooth. Petty Officer, Second Class Cameron Tuzon, he is the one that did the training, and obviously it worked because I didn't pass out.
Right.
And I also didn't need to use a motion sickness bag.
Right.
And then I also want to thank the Commanding Officer, Marty Bedell, and Second Lieutenant Jacoby Hawkins at MCAS Miramar for helping set this up. It's been about 4 to 6 weeks in the making, and I can't believe it's over. And, you know, and we've talked about this, not lost on me that, you know, Blue Angels are supposed to spread goodwill and also remind people that there are men and women serving in those same fighter jets that are deployed overseas.
Yeah, walking away from the experience, what's maybe the one takeaway that you will go to bed with tonight?
That I'm going to go to bed. Because
you were there at 6 a.m.
But just, you know, the honor and respect I have for members of our military and what they do. They fly 18 inches apart from each other sometimes.
They're amazing.
It is really
and you're badass. You did it, got through it. Good job. Good job.
That's the one word for it.
Impressive stuff. Yes. Thanks, Marcella.
It is certainly an experience that I will never forget. As we wrap up this special, I do want to share a little more about Lieutenant Commander Griffin Stengel. After we landed, I was definitely feeling like I needed some fresh air.
Thank you so much.
But I wasn't nauseous, and I was able to climb down from that beautiful FA-18 Super Hornet and immediately interview my pilot, who kept me safe and calm the entire ride.
How did you decide to go into this career?
I always wanted to be a pilot. Didn't really know what path I wanted to take. During college, I did a little bit of flying, and then I met a recruiter my junior year. And it was at a career fair, and with that she asked me if I wanted to be a Navy pilot. I said sure, and then from there the career kind of took me down the path of Super Hornets, and then it was back in 2019 when I saw the Blue Angels perform that I decided I wanted to pursue that as a goal of mine.
When people are watching the Blue Angels perform, what do you want them to pay close attention to?
I want them to, you know, see the jets flying, but also realize that there's a huge contingent of maintainers and ground support personnel that make that possible. You know, it's all too often we get caught up in looking at the jets flying, but it takes, you know, 140-person team to make sure that we're safe to go fly and the jets are ready to go. And we couldn't do the flying that we do without their help.
You make it look so effortless. When we were up in the sky, you said sometimes you get as close as 18 inches apart.
That is true, yeah. So the tightest formations we'll fly all year are 18 inches apart. And it's pretty unique to be able to see that from our perspective here today.
And what's the mission of the Blue Angel?
The mission is to showcase the pride and professionalism of the United States Navy and Marine Corps.
Not to forget, there are people out there flying these same planes on deployment.
Exactly. So the F-18 Super Hornet's the bread and butter of the Navy's carrier fleet right now. So right now there's somebody out there getting ready to land on a carrier deck in the middle of the ocean. So we want to make sure that even though they're out of sight, they're not out of mind.
All right, so how'd we do up there?
We did really good. We pulled 7.2 Gs today, just went just under the speed of sound, and we really got after it, and you did a really good job.
And I didn't pass out.
Correct, yeah.
I will always be thankful that I didn't pass out and got to enjoy every second of that glorious ride. I want to thank again the Blue Angels, Lieutenant Commander Stengel, Colonel Marty Bedell at MCAS Miramar, and everyone on base who made this day so special. And thank you so much for watching and for sharing in my experience. If you'd like to see more, you can watch the raw GoPro video on our CBS 8 YouTube channel. I've received such kind feedback and comments about my Blue Angels flight from so many people, especially our servicemen and women and our veterans. And I want to thank you for your service. I'm Marcella Lee. I'll see you next time here on CBS 8 Plus.